Welcome back to Ignition Point Podcast. My name is Joel Robinson, and I'm joined by co-host Peaches.
Hey!
And on this episode, we have a special guest. Dan Muzzey joins us. Dan has a long history attending the PGI, from his first convention that a stranger told him about, all the way to being the seminar chair and then moving into his role of Vice President of Communications. Well, we're going to be talking about his journey and his roles within the PGI. Please enjoy chatting with Dan Muzzey, VP of Communications. So the first question we ask any guest on this podcast is, when was your first PGI convention?
I believe it was 2007 up in Fargo. You'd have to fact check me on the PGI website. I believe they're all listed there. I know it was Fargo.
That's been a long time then. Have you gone to every single one since, or have you missed a couple?
Been every single one of them. I'm wondering if I dig deep enough if I can find photos from every one of them, but I haven't ever tried that yet.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder back in that time frame, because even like my first convention, I didn't have a smartphone that could take really good pictures or videos like we have now to document every single thing we do.
I'm just trying to think of my first convention. I definitely have photos from that, but that was 2010 that I first started helping. But prior to that, yeah, I don't think I have photos from previous conventions from that.
My first convention, I have a really good story, and Dan, you're in the story, ironically enough.
Ooh.
So 2013 in Butler. And no, I'll tell you why this is relevant, because I had not a phone recording, but I had like an old school, like point and shoot camera recording a demonstration. And it was the fireball demonstration. I don't remember the instructor's name, but we were out in a field and he was doing a live demonstration. And you were like standing by me, ironically enough, with one of your children. And why this is so important and why this is relevant, and the only reason I remember this is because during the demonstration, a gust of wind came about, and there was a like pop-up tent that far in the background of my video, you just see roll across the screen. And so if you watch it back, you're like standing in the side of the video. That's the only reason that stuck in my head.
It's not PGI if someone doesn't lose an easy up.
Right? It's great.
Man, Butler County, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who that would have been that did the fireball demonstration.
I
doubt it was
face.
Bill.
No, it wasn't. I can see his face and I can't put a name to it.
Kermoris?
Probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was it Ray Garris?
I don't know. I'd have to see a picture.
Ooh, I'm
but
gonna
he
have
had
to
a little like
research this.
Yeah,
Huh.
actually.
Yeah.
At the end of the episode, we'll look it up.
Yeah, that was an interesting convention because it was a completely different group of people that was there than is at most of our conventions.
Yeah, I mean, that was my first. So that was my first impression of everything. And to my understanding, it was very well attended, which I saw. I spent a lot of time on like the Class C line, for example, and it seemed like people were going pretty wild out there with how much product they were purchasing and shooting.
Yep, I'm going to start dating myself. Back in those days, the Class C barn, it was usually Star. Star is the only one that's still there from then. You had Star Fireworks, Victory Pyrotechnics out of Wisconsin, who's now owned by Winco. Hales. Mitch Hale was actually there under Hales. I think, and take you down a rabbit trail there. It was like 12:59 on the Friday night, last day of the convention, last minute of the convention. My wife Liz goes up to Mitch Hale. I got $10 left. What will you sell me for $10? In those days, Mitch Hale used to love. Well, he still loves making deals if he ever go down to Mid States or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's always trying to do some sort of deal or something. So
did he give her a deal?
Fun. Oh yeah, yeah.
The
Liz
last
gets
minute.
along
I mean,
great
how can
with
you say
Mitch.
no, right?
Literally the last minute.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
And then, so yeah, the next morning we're trying to pack 3 kids and way too much stuff into a minivan.
Of course.
For an 18-hour drive home.
Oh my goodness. With your little ones.
Yep, they travel well. So
I was going to say,
that.
I mean,
that's a long time.
I remember one of your children being at the seminar. So I guess my next question is, how long has your family been attending conventions?
So my daughter attended her first convention when she was 2 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And Liz had given birth 2 weeks before the convention and then went to camped with us in a pop-up camper.
That's impressive.
So Eliza Jane, my daughter was doing She was an old snort when she was 9 years and two
Right.
weeks old.
Oh my goodness.
Which, for
Wow.
anyone unaware, that's 10 conventions.
Yep.
That's
And that,
crazy.
yep. Now, unfortunately, since we missed 2020, since there was no convention, she's no longer going to be younger than how many conventions she's been to.
Right. That's funny. Wow. So
That
all
is
of your
unreal.
children probably outweigh
Yep.
me. Your youngest is teenager, is that correct?
Yeah, Eliza Jane's 17 now.
Yeah.
Aiden he'll be 21 this year, and Isaac will be 23.
Yeah. So they all have more conventions than I do. That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
I'm impressed by that.
Yep.
So
Now,
has your wife been to more conventions than you?
my wife's been to every single convention with me.
Okay. Okay.
With
Now,
you.
Yeah, with me. Now, there's been a couple times when she might leave the convention for a couple days and then come back again for the end due to work or something like that.
Has she
But
been to any
yeah,
without you?
Nope, we did not
Okay.
know about the PGI before
Okay, I was
went
going to
to the
ask you
first
that
one.
next. Like, how did you get introduced to PGI? What made you first start attending?
A random person in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota.
Oh
I
my.
love that.
So we were living in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota at the time, which is 45 minutes from Fargo. We went to the 4th of July fireworks show down at the lake, and we were leaving, and just some random person just asked us if we'd ever been to the PGI convention.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That is
And
hilarious
then
because
he just started telling you about it, and
Yeah, he started talking to us about it. Now, he was mistaken because he thought it was in Fargo every year. But it
okay.
just so happened that it was in that year that we were back in Fargo. So we're like, yeah, we'll go a couple nights. At that point there was 5 displays. Or was it 6? The only nights there were not displays was Saturday and Thursday.
Okay.
Our plan had just been to, drive over for maybe 2 or 3 of the nights, but, not go whole hog. So Saturday, we drove over, hung around for a little bit, didn't really know what's going on because most people, when they go to the first convention, they don't know what's going on.
Right.
I remember going into the class or into the chem barn and looking around and honestly thinking, are we allowed to be in here?
right?
I don't have my license. Am I allowed to be in here?
Yeah. No, I totally understand that.
I think we all have that experience
Oh,
at
yeah.
our own respective
Absolutely.
first conventions.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. So we drove back Saturday night. On Sunday we drove over the displays, but we decided we're just going to camp out. We're not going to drive back and forth. We're going to stay in our tent. So we stayed in a tent with like a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Oh my.
Yep. And my wife put up with this.
Wow.
No, props to
And-
her.
God bless her.
Yeah.
Yes.
And neither of you were probably at Fargo back in those days.
Mm-mm.
I did
Nope.
attend Fargo once before I started volunteering. I can't think of what year that was though.
Okay. So way back when the PGI was cheap. And when I mean cheap, we didn't want to spend money on anything. So there was a big discussion with Fargo over showers. Shall we pay to bring in a shower trailer? None of the members really wanted to bring in a shower trailer because it was too much money.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting choice.
So on the Fargo campgrounds at that time, there were like 2 showers. One of them was the ladies' shower. I don't know what that was like. But the other one was like at the back of like horse stalls or cattle stalls or
Of
something.
course it is.
So it didn't have a dirt floor, but it was only 1 step away from a dirt floor.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like, come on, just get a shower trailer. This isn't worth worrying about.
No, absolutely not. I'm glad
So
that some things have changed.
Yes, me
Yeah,
too.
it's
Because
like,
oh my
yeah,
goodness, if I didn't have a
we're-
shower,
We're just going to get showers. We're going to bring them in. We're not going to worry about it. It's part of the
Oh,
cost
man.
of doing this. Let's do it right. Same thing with generators. We didn't want to
Mhm.
bring in generators. And so people were bringing personal generators. And this was before the days of like the inverter generators that were quiet.
Yeah.
oh yeah, yep,
So yeah, it's so much easier now.
Oh, thank goodness.
yes.
But that's
Yes.
interesting. So even with some of those nuances, that obviously hooked you, and you've been attending ever since, which is pretty impressive.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean
It's because we got the shower trailers. He's like, yes, I'm gonna go back.
yeah, and I can never remember if we went to Wisconsin and then Gillette or then Wisconsin, but we weren't planning on going to Wisconsin because of how far it was. And
Sure.
I think it was like a 9-hour drive at that time. And Gillette was a little closer. But yeah, we just kept going, kept sucking us in. Yeah, jumping back to Fargo, and this is one of the things that actually got me into it a little bit more because at some point I'd seen the videos from the old Unlimited Class C guys. Like this is before Finale, before Cobra. I think it was Ron Silva. I might be mispronouncing his name.
Hmm.
And Bill W. Oh, can't remember Bill's last name. I really
Oh
should.
my gosh.
Uh, I really should know his name. I feel bad that I can't think of his name. Was it Bill Turner? Yeah, I think it was Bill Turner. So those guys would do Class C displays, and that really is what brought us into it, like
Hmm.
deeper. And
Okay.
at the Class C displays that when I don't know if they were Tuesday or Wednesday, but I remember my wife turning to me and asking me, "Do you think we'll ever do something like that?"
Have you done a
Have you?
Class C comp?
Oh, I somewhere around here I've got 2 Class C trophies on my
Nice.
shelf. I've got a blind pyro trophy somewhere on my shelf.
Fantastic.
I own way too much Cobra gear now. I
Yeah,
think buying Cobra gear is an addiction.
it absolutely is. I think pyro in general can be an addiction if you think about it.
Yep, yep. I think the largest show I've done was like 800 Qs or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yep, we got deep into that.
Did you ever think back then that you would be at where you are now within the guild, within the pyro community?
No,
Of
no,
course not, right?
nope. At that time, we were thinking like, yeah, wouldn't it be fun to do like a small Class C display or something
Right.
like that? Because yeah, even back then they introduced the unlimited Class Cs, and I haven't done an unlimited Class C. I've helped out with a Pro-Am show, but I've never done my own Pro-Am show.
Mm.
But at that time they were introducing the unlimited Class Cs as a deep pocket guys.
Of course. It's all self-funded, right?
Yep, yep. So Peaches, you
Incredible.
started to ask something there.
Oh, I was gonna ask you, where did you get your blind pyro trophy?
Down at Sky Wars, although I
Okay,
think it was
okay,
St. Louis shoot there at that point in
okay.
time.
Mm.
Which
That
I
was
was okay.
yeah, it was the very first year that they had blind pyro down there,
I actually
and
helped with
nobody
that
knew
one
what they
year,
were.
and
Yeah, well, actually,
that is
that wasn't the year I won. That wasn't the year we won, but that was the first year I've done it.
it's definitely an experience.
It
It's
is a
crazy.
yeah, it is a different level of stress.
Oh yeah, I had so much fun, but down to that minute until you were like, okay, you're done. Oh,
You
Yeah,
totally worth
know.
it. I would do it again, but it was crazy.
yeah, and because we like to step it up a notch, and some people, a lot of people have probably heard me say this, you haven't done blind pyro until you do it with your spouse and 3 kids.
Oh,
Oh,
geez. How,
oh,
did you actually do that?
Yes,
I'm
oh.
impressed.
and
Full
we didn't
Yes,
kill
I
family
each
am as
other.
affair.
well. Because, ooh, wow.
Yeah, we had
Hey,
a couple other people that helped us out too, but they'd never done it before,
Kudos to
so.
you. You guys are clearly meant to be together. Because, oh my goodness,
was that
that's a
recently,
lot.
Dan?
Oh, 2016,
Okay,
2017.
no, so it's been a
No,
minute.
no, no, it was after that. 21,
Okay,
22,
that
something like
makes more
that.
sense. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, I might have been in Blind Pyro the same year now that I think about it. It's 22 or 23. But anyway,
Yeah, I just, the only way I can place it is because I remember I had my truck at that time. So I've got some pictures there with my big red truck sitting there.
yeah.
Whew,
It's
wow, that's intense.
Yep. It is absolutely amazing what those teams do on Blind Pyro.
mm-hmm.
Very much
And
so.
definitely recommend if you want to get involved with that. There's always people looking for more team members too, so you can post on groups and whatnot and get in with a group. And maybe Peaches, you can do a blind pyro with me next year or something.
I'm game.
All
As
right.
long as I don't have to lead. I don't want to be the leader.
No, we'll make Adam be the leader or something like
That
that.
works for me. Sounds like we need to have Dan on our team too.
There you
I
go.
I've been taking St. Louis shoot. Yeah, I still call it St. Louis shoot on at times. I've been taking that as kind of my break from actually getting involved in stuff. So usually we'll go down to Skywars, and on Friday we head into St. Louis and go to, there is a absolutely huge farmers market down there. Soulard Farmers Market.
Oh, wow.
So we'll go down there. I mean, you can get everything from live chickens to sugarcane.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That is a large market then.
Yep. So we go down there, and then we do an escape room down there with my daughter.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah. You
Those
should
are
go to
fun.
the City Museum if you haven't been.
We've been there like 3 or 4 times. That is the
There's-
most interesting place.
Yeah. There's
I
actually
have
a
not
lot
done that yet,
to do in
and
St.
I
Louis.
want to do that.
You have to do the City Museum.
I have heard
Now-
good things.
Now, unfortunately, it's getting safer and safer.
Yeah.
There's a couple places where they've closed off because I guess they thought it just wasn't quite safe.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean,
It's
you
worth it.
remember the old Freddy Krueger movies, The Old Nightmare
Oh, yeah.
on Elm Street?
Mhm.
Okay, so there used to be an area where you would slide down a slide into a dark area, and it was like a boiler room type area.
Okay.
And I seriously expected Freddy Krueger to like walk out from behind it.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I need to check this out the next time I go to Skywars.
Yeah. You go early, do the City Museum, go check out Soulard, take you to some breweries, the Arch, the typical crap, and then we'll go to Blind Pyro, and then Saturday relax and enjoy the displays. Sounds
Absolutely.
like a perfect weekend, extended
It
weekend
does.
getaway.
It does.
Yeah.
I like this. But we should probably stop talking about Skywars and get back to PGI.
I was gonna say, so Dan, you were in Pyro before PGI, is that correct, or am I incorrect?
Not very much. Like we went
Like once a
to,
year, kind of.
yeah, once a year type thing. I'd always wanted to open a fireworks store. I have to check the dates. It would have been maybe 2008 or something like that. We opened up a Safe and Sane store in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota.
Cool.
Safe and Sane is so much harder to sell.
Oh, come on. I love snakes and sparklers.
I remember way back then putting together a $300 sale
Yeah.
of
Oh, I
fountains
yeah.
was tough.
I believe that.
So yeah, we did that for a while, or well, we did that for a year. Then we moved down to South Dakota and opened a fireworks stand here.
Nice.
So now my shop is like 200 feet from my door.
There you
That's
go.
convenient.
So I mean, I can go over there, go over there anytime I want. My place to go and hide out, maybe have a drink, and don't have to worry about driving home.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That is very convenient.
So you started like a lot of us, the once a year kind of pyros that eventually evolve. But it's funny to me because some random person tells you about PGI, and then it sounds like it just snowballs from there. And that takes us all the way till, I'm sure you were doing things between 2007 and your days as seminar chair. Is there anything relevant in there you want to call out?
Really, we built up our shop here in South Dakota, helped a couple other people start up their shops, did some unofficial stuff down at Skywars, lit their demo a couple years for them, did
Nice.
other things like that. Nothing too much. And then, yeah, it was like, so jumping back to the PGI, at that point in time, during those years, those 16 years or whatever it was that passed, maybe 14, I had kids. And my wife was there, and I mean, my wife let me get away with a lot of stuff, but you're there with your wife and your kids. You don't want to abandon them too much. So we pretty much just attended the PGI. You hang out with your friends, you're camping, you're up till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning at the campsite. So yeah, we didn't get too much into the other stuff for a long time. And in fact, I remember thinking that, yeah, at this point in time with my life, I don't have time to get deep into things like that. You got to worry about the kids. So then as my kids started to get older, and doing stuff on my own and stuff, it was like, okay, well, they like send out an email that they're looking for somebody to take over seminar chair.
And that's
And
how it started.
Yep. So I reached out to my wife and asked her, what do you think about this? And she's just like, yeah, you've always loved PGI, go for it. So,
So
Go
for anyone
ahead.
that doesn't know, what exactly is the seminar chair?
okay. Well, when I threw my name in the hat, I had no idea.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, the obvious thing is to pull all the seminars together. So they'd gone through a couple things and they were looking for somebody to take over it and dig into it a little bit. So it starts with finding people to do seminars, which usually means reaching out to people and asking them to do them.
Yeah.
And then pulling the schedule together. But it's not the schedule for the seminars that you're pulling together. It's the schedule for the entire convention.
Oh, okay.
So there's, I think, 300, somewhere between 300 and 350 items on the schedule. So you start
Wow.
pulling that together, and then it's the tables and chairs, which is the running joke that you got to pull all the tables and chairs together. And I am fully convinced that the number of tables we order and the number of chairs you ordered and the number that are delivered and the number that returned are all different numbers. I don't think anybody knows how many tables or chairs get delivered and
I believe
returned.
it. Yeah, I totally believe that. I mean, they have a habit of wandering off, especially chairs.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. They go to campsites. They go all
Yeah.
over the
Display
place.
site. Yeah.
Yeah. And 99% of the time, it's no big deal. Then you go into one of those nice venues and they got those nice chairs inside. And yeah, that rapidly becomes an issue if somebody takes those outside.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, so we pulled together those things. Seminar chair also goes to spring planning. And a lot of the spring planning is making connections and meeting up with people. There's probably 5 or 6 classes on the seminar schedule that trace their roots back to late night discussions with Connie Widman,
Sure. Yep.
sitting around the table way late into the night.
Yep. Spitballing
So-
about what could be. Exactly.
Yep. And relying on her knowledge and who to talk to and that type of thing.
It's crazy the amazing conversations you can have by the campfire late at night.
Yep. Yeah. And I mean, some of my favorite classes actually came out of that. Like Eric Krug for a couple of years, he'd been doing that class about getting into Pyro, like going from 0 to 1. And I think that class is huge. I thought that was a great one that he stepped up and did for us.
I love it. And so how many years were you the seminar chair? Or are you still are technically, right?
Yeah, I
Ish.
hesitate to say yes, but we don't have
Okay.
anyone else wearing that hat. So that hat's still on the corner of my monitor over here.
Sure.
We're looking for somebody to take over that hat.
We're talking to you people.
It's actually been a lot of fun.
Good.
The PGI is completely different. I'm sure you both know this. It's completely different when you attend as a spectator versus attend as somebody that is involved with it.
100%. 100%.
Yep.
Peaches definitely knows.
It is a whole different ballgame. And I love it. I love volunteering.
Yeah. Yeah, so you asked a question there and I completely forgot what it was.
How long were you seminar chair?
Newton was the first year.
18 or was
No, because so Fargo we didn't have a convention.
Mhm.
Correct.
So yeah, then we were back in Newton. I think Newton was,
Oh, Newton,
no,
sorry, 22.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Fargo was 21, then Newton.
Okay, yep.
Then I lost track of them because we haven't had any repeat sites for so
Yeah.
long. And
It has
Peaches can
been,
attest to this as well. New sites every year, we have nothing to lean on. So every year
I
it's
like the
completely new.
challenge, but it's definitely, I could go for a site that we've been at before. I'm
Yeah.
ready for that.
Yeah, even WIR, which everything's in place for WIR. We've been there before, but it's
We're also
been so
changing a lot.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually found some pictures today of WIR when we were there last time.
Oh, wow.
Yep. The JPA blew up a car when we were
2010.
there last time. Yep.
Wait.
JPA blew up a car when we were there last time.
Oh, was that part of that like theatrical display or was this an accident?
No, it was intentional, but it was
Okay.
not part of I don't think it was part of the competition.
Okay.
I don't know the full details on there. Something along the lines of there was a special effects crew around there, and they volunteered to help the JPA blow up a car.
I love it.
See, I feel like I briefly remember that. Oh my
I would
gosh.
say it sounds
2010
familiar,
is
but-
such a minute ago.
Oh, 2010.
Yeah.
No, I was not
2010.
there.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of things that happened that year.
Oh, yes. The
Yep.
flood, that's the one that everyone usually remembers.
Yeah, I still think we missed the boat on the name. I think it should have been Catch a Floating Star. And somebody around our campsite said that late one night. I'm not sure who,
Late
but
by
That
the
would have been
campsites.
perfect.
yeah, but it
Late
probably
night
wouldn't have
campsite
flown.
talk.
I don't know. It probably
Oh,
brings back too many bad memories. It's awesome.
Yep.
So with the seminar chair, obviously you said we're looking for somebody. What if someone's interested? Would they just email you, for example?
They could email me or board at PGI, or reach out to any of the board members. It'll get to me.
And I also saw there was a post on the online forum about it too, right?
Yep.
So you can read more about it there. Okay.
Yep, you can read there. It'll be in the bulletin, which I'd really hope to get the bulletin out tonight to our printer. It's probably going to be Friday when I get to that. But part of that is we're going to start pushing a little bit more on making people aware of the volunteer opportunities. So
Yeah.
you'll see in the bulletin, there'll be a little bit that we're looking for a seminar chair. Hopefully there'll also be a thing just looking for some people to help out in Class C safety. We're looking for, I think, 2 or 3 people just to help out in Class C safety. Yeah, we need people to step up and be seminar chair and that type of thing. But we also need people willing to donate like an evening or two to like go and herd the cats over in Class C.
Mm-hmm.
I shoot a lot of Class C. I sell Class C. I can call us cats.
That's fine. I respect it.
But yeah, just a night or two helping out in Class C, or a night or two helping out security, or if you can come a day early and help. There's so much work helping to get stuff going, or if you can stay late. You don't have to dedicate your entire week to be a volunteer.
A couple hours here and there helps immensely.
Absolutely. It's
And
probably
clearly,
one of our
and clearly you don't have to have any experience, as Dan was seminar chair and he didn't know anything he was getting into. So don't be afraid.
Yep.
say it's the one reoccurring theme we bring up on the podcast is the importance of volunteering.
Yes.
And how this convention organization would not be a thing without all of the lovely volunteers.
Yep. Yeah, I think we've got one person that's actually officially on staff, and that'd be Gretchen.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's under contract with us to run membership services, which is that's a part-time gig.
So seminar chair, obviously looking to fill it. And the main reason we are looking to fill it is because Dan has stepped into the role of Vice President of Communications as of this convention.
Yep, I'm still wondering what the hell I'm thinking.
That's great. So, you want to tell us a little bit about the VP of Communications role?
Sure. The primary thing, or the most obvious thing, is pulling together the bulletin and the calendar. We try to push out 5 bulletins per year and our calendar. Knock on wood, everybody should have their 2026 calendars already. And then on the bulletins, it's all member-produced content for the bulletin. Everything from interviews. As you guys know, we've got an interview with Craig Hetherington in the upcoming bulletin, where they can see the podcast for the full thing, or they can see the excerpts in the bulletin. Part of the bulletin also is what we like to have technical articles in the bulletin too. I'd love to see at least one technical article in the bulletin per bulletin. We're not always going to hit that. We're looking for volunteers to write technical articles too.
I say similar to the seminar chair, I assume you're having to reach out to people about producing content, correct?
Yep. I'm not afraid to bug people and ask them to write something.
That's good. Yeah.
So is that your biggest challenge, is meeting deadlines and trying to find those people?
Biggest challenge is finding people to write stuff. Everything always comes in at the last minute, but
of course,
the actual pulling the bulletin together, I'm guessing it will take me 6 to 10 hours this time, and that'll go down once I figure out an actual
cadence
process for it and that type of thing. But up in like 3 days before I start working on it, I'm like looking at it and I've got 0 articles.
Yikes.
So, but part of that is also just developing a pipeline. So not only am I working on the current bulletin, but you're also working on like one or two out there as well, and working with people to write articles. And so this goes out to the people that are like, yeah, I got something technical to share, but I can't write an article. I can help with that.
Okay.
I'm not above cheating.
Or you can come on the podcast and we can talk about it, because we are trying to do a similar approach to what you just mentioned of filling the pipeline with potential guests and episodes. That way there's a regular release schedule.
That is perfect.
Not to steal your people. We can wait till after the bulletin, just pull them on then. That also works.
So you may find this really funny or ironic. I'm not sure where, but that filling the pipeline for that type of thing, I actually stole that idea from another podcast.
Nice.
Wondery does a series of podcasts on the economics of everything. And one of the things they do the economics of is podcasts.
Interesting. I need to check this out.
Now they also do the economics of fireworks, and I think we need to reach out to them on that. The economics of fireworks conventions.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, very much so.
I'm not sure what the economics are. I think it's just pretty much how are we going to pay all the bills and afford to do what we want to do.
Well, thanks for that recommendation, because I want to go listen to this. It sounds interesting in general. Of course, the firework episode will be interesting or relatable to this group at least. So then, other than bulletin, communications, that kind of stuff, what else do you got on your plate?
Pulling together signage and that's the type of stuff that's going to be needed for the convention, working with the seminar chair, working with our marketing team. There's some other things there as well. I think volunteer coordinators also falls underneath me. Obviously, attending board meetings. And we're making an effort this year to be more open with our board meetings. So we're posting the links to those board meetings. So
I have noticed
everybody's
that, and
welcome
I appreciate
to attend.
that.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah, so trying to do all of that.
And
There's
posting
probably
on
other
the
things.
forums. Obviously,
Yep.
during convention, you're slammed. I'm fast forward to that, of course. But
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if it's going to be any more work as VP of Comms than it was as seminar chair.
honestly, I would assume seminar chair would be busier, because I just assume, especially news sites, like you were saying, figuring out where each seminar is, and then more importantly, trying to get people to understand where that is, is definitely a challenge.
Well, I think this year, or in 2025, the biggest issue with seminars was the stupid AV equipment. And by AV, I just mean the video projectors. Audio is easy, but video projectors, for some reason, have been like the bane of my existence. They just don't work.
Yeah, that or someone doesn't have the cable they need, and so then you're trying to find them the cable, that kind of stuff.
Most of that we got figured out, but we had one. It was actually the chemical class. The projector just didn't work. We tried 2 different computers, didn't work. Tried 2 different projectors, didn't work. Moved a projector and like the exact same setup to a different room, and it worked fine. It just did not work in that tent.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's the best troubleshooting. Did you try a different location?
That is one I wouldn't have thought of.
Yeah.
Yep. So no, but I mean, going back to challenges, one of the bigger challenges probably in the seminars is just learning how big of a room you need. I remember the first year I was surprised at how many people attend some of those seminars. It's not uncommon for like that chemical class that I mentioned for like have 50 to 75 people show up for that.
Yeah, how do you even gauge that unless you were aware of a previous session that had similar attendance? You're kind of guesstimating.
Yeah, you're kind of guessing. You do it long enough, you start to get a feel for it.
Sure.
Any seminar that's going to have hands-on stuff is going to immediately fill up. So we're looking for, we're always looking for people that are willing to teach something like that because, they just fill up. People are already just looking for something like that.
Interesting. That makes sense. Well, then I guess it helps too when some of them have caps, but I've presented at different conventions for different topics, and sometimes you'll have 5 people, and then the same topic at a different convention you'll have 50, and sometimes you can't explain it. So, yeah.
And
we
got some stuff in the works this year. I don't know if it'll work out or not, but I really want to bring back a Gerundolo class. Or I
Sign
want
me
the
up.
future seminar chair to bring back a Girondola class.
Yeah.
And
I feel like you're
When
still going to
Peaches
play a
runs
big
for
role in
seminar
that.
chair.
Oh, yeah.
m- my goal is really to find somebody that's willing to run it, and I'll definitely help them out the first time, but then to step back and let them do it because everybody's got their own flavor of doing stuff,
Absolutely.
and nobody's method is correct. You know, as long as we're safe, we got to find safe ways to do stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, help them get running on it, and then step back and watch them have fun.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Craig made some very similar comments on our last episode. I mean, everyone's a volunteer, right? You
Yep.
you have to assume that they're going to get things done, but also just kind of let them do it. So, yeah. Anything else in the communications role, Peaches, Dan, worth talking about?
Maybe a big thing, we did not renew our Hoover contract.
Yeah, I'd heard this.
And instead, we're working on our own internal thing using the website. And Jack, our webmaster, is putting a lot of effort into that. So that's probably one thing that's going to be different. I think it's the right thing to do. Hoover was good.
Mhm.
It allowed us to do some things that some of the largest complaints we have about the PGI is just communication. You know,
Sure.
how do we get information out to people? And yeah, I know there's some people that don't like Hoover, but unless you use smartphones, you know, it's so tough to talk to people because stuff does
Yep.
change. Somebody overschedules a room and you got to move something from point A to point B. The storm comes through and manufacturing turns into a swimming pool.
Yep.
Exactly.
So the more we can communicate and that type of thing, the better. And I think using our internal website is going to be a lot less expensive for us, which is a good thing. So that's one
Absolutely.
difference. Our marketing team is getting in front of the convention this year, and I'm excited just to watch them do their thing. And that's going to offset a lot of our costs and stuff. We may not see it for a year or two, but as they slowly start building some stuff up, it's going to start affecting the displays. There's going to be more money for the displays, you know, maybe some more money for the afterglow, you know, other things like that. So instead of members footing the bill for everything, which was our business model from a decade ago, you pay your convention fees and that funds everything. So what do we need to do to change that so it's not coming out of our pocket? I like shooting shows on somebody else's dime.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, that and just keeping it affordable. Everything else is increasing in costs. It's inevitable. Things will go up. So the more we can lessen that burden for members, hopefully the more members are able to go. And so, yeah, let's let someone else pay for it. No, that's great. Yeah, and all the committees that have been formed to help with various aspects of the organization are going to improve everything in general. I mean, whether that's a communication problem or marketing for ticket sales, it all kind of is a big circle that ties into each other.
No, I was to say, I just feel like already it's been a huge improvement just with the last year of what they've done. It's been unbelievable.
Yep. And ultimately, I'd love to see it so some of our key chairs or key volunteers feel like they can actually like go out to eat for a day and step away for a little bit. I don't know if they'll ever feel that way because I think it's a mental thing too. Like some of our volunteers, I mean, they don't leave the convention site for 2 weeks straight. I think I might be talking to one or two of them.
At least one.
And there's a difference between that being done by choice, which is fine. If that's what you love doing, that's great. And that not feeling like if I step back, there's nobody to pick up the slack.
Right.
That's not a great feeling to have. And so we need more people to step up. And the more people we have to step up, the more room we get people, or more room we give people to step back and just take a deep breath and say, you know, I feel comfortable just watching this today. Or just I feel comfortable to go and walk around Class C and laugh at everything going on down here.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Exactly. No,
I feel like we
I
can
think
get
we're
there.
trending in that direction. Yeah.
I agree.
So Dan, looking ahead to the next convention, is there anything that we want the general membership to know?
We got stuff in the works. I think Craig touched on some of that stuff. I think the displays, I think the displays are going to be getting a lot better, a lot more interesting and stuff like that. I know there's a lot of talk about drones. It's a very love-hate relationship with drones.
I hear.
I I per I personally think there's a future, like a pure straight up drone show. That's a time for me to take a nap.
Hmm.
Now, a drone fireworks show where they're integrated well together, I think that can be really exciting. And in order to get there, we're going to have to try some things that don't quite work out. I mean, the robotic head was amazing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The video game last year, I liked it. I thought they did a really good job. And yeah, some of the stuff did overlap a little bit. It's not something you can practice with.
Mm-mm.
You don't know how many drones are going to show up. You don't know what it's going to look like. It's not like you can go out and practice and do it like a dry run the week before and do everything and adjust stuff. No. So I think those are going to get better and better each year.
I've talked about this on other podcasts too, but you are absolutely correct. Most of the time, these shows are thrown together so last minute. So Robot Head, for example, I didn't get the show file for that until 1 or 2 p.m. day of show, meaning I was setting drones
Ooh.
out on the field ready to fly without a final show file. I didn't see a first render until the night before, the Thursday night before the show. And that trend was consistent with both of these shows behind me. The show this year with like the Dragon, the Quest show, and then the show previous year with just the Odyssey show. And a lot of times when we're getting on site, fireworks are not in the positions that they were on the original map because of something that's in the way. Maybe it's a puddle of, water, right? And so things get
Weird.
moved, and that's right. Things happen, of course. And that's when, of course, fireworks get moved to a point where they might be shooting at my drones. So, yeah, it's interesting because it right now it's definitely you design one, you fit the other in around it, and there's a lot of improvement that can be done. And some of the truly integrated ones have been exciting. Like if you saw what came out of China last month at the Luoyang International,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah, I've seen some videos of that.
Yeah.
That was immaculate.
I don't fear that drones are a death bell for fireworks.
I agree.
No. Are there some locations, are there some cities that their fireworks shows are going to go away? Yes, but they were going to go away anyway. I think some of the Proline stuff is going to keep those shows around for the next decade or 2 decades. Not to get into Proline, but yeah, you start talking about like the local baseball show, the minor league baseball. Proline's great for that stuff.
Absolutely.
But yeah, back in the drones, when you start integrating the drones with the fireworks, and the more and more practice we have at doing that, the more amazing those shows are going to get.
Exactly. It's my day job, so I understand completely.
But ironically, I joke around that on my day job, all I do is turn LEDs on and off really, really fast in the correct order.
Okay. I appreciate it.
You're just turning moving LEDs on and off really, really fast in the correct order.
Well, or that, or I'm helping someone else debug why their LEDs are not moving in the correct order. And I normally ask, did you move locations and try it again? I heard that works with projectors.
Did you move your fireworks? Maybe the drones are in the right place and somebody moved the fireworks.
Exactly.
I'm really excited about some of the things that we've got coming up here. And I'm hoping that when we arrive in Wisconsin, well, actually, I do have one thing after I say this, but when we arrive in Wisconsin, I'm hoping the town knows that we're there and that Saturday's a sellout there. And that
They're going to
people
know
are
because I'm posting.
Going back from LaPorte, did you know one of the restaurants in LaPorte actually was giving PGI members free peach cobbler?
No.
Yep.
I'm going to find a restaurant that does that here.
So first time we went to LaPorte, the economy in LaPorte was kind of depressed at that time. There was due to recession, that type of thing. So in order to encourage business and that type of thing, one of the local diners downtown was giving the PGI members a free peach cobbler just to encourage them to come in, which is great. I mean, it is great to go into a city and feel welcomed as we go in there.
Well, yeah, you're telling me that diner didn't fill up every day?
Right?
PGI members?
Peach cobbler?
Especially
Come on.
if word got out. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Oh, yeah, The other thing I'd like to say really quickly in closing, the way our members took care of the site this year in 2025 was amazing.
Oh, yes.
I've left sites before and it's just like a trash dump. When I pulled out on Saturday this year, and it was almost as if we hadn't been there, which is
Wow.
how we want to leave the sites. I walked around in the public areas and everything, and people had gone through and cleaned up garbage and everything. That's the type of membership, that's the type of organization we want to be. So when we do that, a venues welcome us back.
Yeah, that's what we should
Yes.
strive to achieve.
Yep.
Yes.
So
I love that.
I couldn't agree with you more. It was amazing. I agree 100%.
Well, Dan, thank you so much for joining us on the Ignition Point podcast. And with that, it starts with a spark
And ends with a bang.
and ends with a bang. We're never on time on that.
you need to practice.
Actually, it's
That
really
was
fun.
so-
No,
that
it's
was such a
perfect
long
because
wait
it's this
time.
really fun way for us to just end it right there, and everyone's like, "What?" It's actually great. Now it's just a running joke. I love it.
Although I was thinking, doesn't it end with a boom?
End with a bang, right?
Boom,
Now you're
bang.
questioning it. It's bang, isn't it?
Maybe it should just end with a fireball.
Yeah.
Ends with
Actually,
fireball.
That's what the new thing will be. Is everyone will just say something different what they want it to end with.
Right? I like that.
Kill it there. I like it. Which, by
Ends
the
with
way,
a
I've been recording this whole
girandola.
time. So that'll actually be the ending.